Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today, we are going to present about macroeconomic problems. In this group, we have 4 members, which are Amanina Hidayah binti Abdul Hambali, Muhammad Afif bin Abdul Razak, Nur Atira Diana binti Azmi, and Syafiqah Nabila binti Matsukri. Macroeconomic problems are divided into two, which are inflation and unemployment. So, we will be presenting about inflation first. Study regarding inflation are based on the book of Fundamentals of Economics. Kuala Lumpur, 7 November 2014. Despite cutting fuel subsidies that threaten private consumption and cause inflationary pressures, Malaysia still managed to keep its benchmark interest rate steady to support growth. Bank Negara Malaysia held overnight policy rate is at 3.25%. The central bank governor, Tan Sri Zeti Ahta Aziz, says monetary policy has to remain accommodative to support expansion due to the uncertainties of global recovery. Last quarter demand for Southeast Asian nations' exports weakened and rising costs are hurting companies and consumers. Ho Wei Chen, an economist at the United Overseas Bank Limited in Singapore, said the impact of the fuel price hike is going to affect consumption. Thus, they will not be in a rush to increase the interest rates further. Gross domestic product growth is forecasted as much as 6% this year and next by the government. The central bank said that while domestic demand still remains the key driver of growth, private consumption and exports have shown signs of moderation. However, investment activity is projected to remain robust. Hence, the Monetary Policy Committee will continue to assess the balance of risks surrounding the outlook for domestic growth and inflation carefully. In September, Malaysia's inflation rate was 2.6% compared to 3.3% in August. The government forecasts consumer prices to climb from 4% to 5% next year, the fastest since 2008. In October, the government raised fuel prices by about 10% and will increase gas tariffs this month. Moreover, with a goods and services tax of 6% that will start in April next year, it will increase the burden on businesses and households after fuel and food subsidy cuts. Source adapted from the Star Online 2014. Case questions. State the two different types of inflation. What is monetary policy? Should the central bank implement expansionary or contractionary monetary policy to control inflation? And based on the article, state the instrument used by the Central Bank of Malaysia to control inflation. Suggest other two instruments of monetary policy that can be used to reduce inflation. What are the two factors that can lower Malaysia's economic growth in the above article? Briefly explain the two types of direct controls that can be used to solve inflation. Here for the case questions. The first question, the answer is demand pull inflation and cost push inflation for two different types of inflation. The next question, monetary policy is enforced by the central bank and monetary authorities to control the supply of money. Different monetary instruments which aim at controlling the supply of money are used to overcome the problem of inflation or unemployment. The central bank should implement contractionary monetary policy to control inflation. Next question, based on the article, the instrument used by the Central Bank of Malaysia to control inflation are interest rate. The other two instruments of monetary policy that can be used to reduce inflation are open market operations, where the central self-requirement ratio. The two factors that can lower Malaysia's economic growth in the article are domestic factor, which are the cuts in fuel subsidies, and the goods and services tax of 6%. The two types of direct controls that can be used to solve inflation are price control and income policy. The price control, where the government could implement floor price or ceiling price to control prices of goods. Rationing may be used as a last resort if all measures fail. And for income policy, the government has to ensure wages do not rise faster than productivity, and trade unions are required not to demand for higher wages. Increases in wages must link to increase in productivity. Case study is unemployment. Source from The Star Online 2000. Kota Baru, 15 June 2015. From 2012 until 2014, the average annual unemployment rate in Malaysia was at 3%. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Seri Abdul Wahid Omar, said in the first 4 years of the 10th Malaysia Plan 2011 to 2015, Malaysia has more than 400,000 people looking for jobs. Malaysia has set a target. In example, 75% of graduates would find employment within 6 months of graduation. In 2011, with the introduction of One Malaysia Training Scheme or SLIM, more than 53,000 graduates with diplomas or degrees and those who passed the SPM and STPM have benefited from this program. From this total, 19,700 were graduates who had undergone training and were directly involved in the program, while the rest received assistance from outreach programs such as resume writing and interview skills.
Unemployment case questions. 1. Define unemployment and write the formula to calculate the rate of unemployment. 2. Based on the above article, identify and briefly explain the type of unemployment and suggest 2 direct control measures taken by the government to overcome this problem. 3. Briefly explain 2 effects of unemployment to a country. 4. State any other 2 policies that can be used to reduce unemployment by the government.
Solution for case questions. First answer, unemployment occurs when people are able to work and are actively seeking a job, but are unable to find jobs. The rate can be calculated as the total unemployed labor force over total labor force times 100%. The next question, based on the article, the type of unemployment are frictional unemployment, as there are new entrants such as school leavers and fresh graduates entering in labor force for the first time actively seeking jobs, and also re-entrants such as people who quit their jobs for a better position or higher wages, or former homemakers. 2 direct control measures taken by the government are that the government could set up job centers where they can match the unemployed and the job vacancies that are available. It can also be reduced by better flow of job information through newspapers, radio, or the internet. The next government should seek ways to reduce unnecessary frictional unemployment through multiple means such as providing education, advice, training, and technical education for individuals who have difficulties securing a job. The effects of unemployment to a country are the workers will face financial problems, lose their job skills, and lose their self-respect if they are unemployed for too long. High unemployment means that the government will receive less taxation revenue, but has to pay more on unemployment benefits. Therefore, there is less money to spend on other areas such as education and health expansion. Two other policies can be used to reduce unemployment by the government are expansionary monetary policy and expansionary fiscal